Overthinking can be like quicksand. The more you fight with your thoughts, the deeper you sink. If you're tired of second-guessing everything, feeling stuck, and living more in your mind than in your life, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to stop overthinking for good and how to start living with clarity, confidence, and peace. And I'll show you why the real key to all of this is so simple. It's all about coming back to the present moment. So first of all, what exactly is overthinking? It's really a fear response. It's your mind trying to protect you by going through and analyzing and trying to control every possible outcome, rehearsing every scenario, and trying to really guarantee your safety. So in a sense, it's actually coming from a good place. But the truth is that overthinking doesn't actually protect you. It instead traps you. And instead of solving problems, it keeps you stuck in these loops of fear and doubt. Overthinking is really the mind's desperate attempt to try to avoid any kind of discomfort. But the problem is it actually only creates more of it. So the longer you stay trapped in your head, the less life you actually live. And the way out isn't thinking more or thinking differently. It's actually all about coming back to right now, the present moment, back into your body, back into your life, and back to the present moment. So if you're a chronic overthinker, then you know all too well that overthinking steals your time, your energy, and even your joy. It leads to anxiety, procrastination, indecision, and missed opportunities. It convinces you that you're not ready yet, but really, you're just stuck in this loop of rehearsing instead of actually living. And true freedom doesn't come from having it all figured out. Freedom comes from trusting yourself enough to move forward, even when things aren't perfect and even when you don't have all the answers. And that trust starts the moment that you come back to the present, because that's where life is actually happening. So now, what are some practical steps to overcome overthinking in our own lives? The first is just to get out of your head and back into your body. So overthinking lives in the mind. So we want to get back to the present moment in our body. So maybe just get out, get some fresh air, go outside, go for a walk. Even just doing a simple breathing exercise and getting you back in your body in the present moment can be very powerful. So when you reconnect with your physical senses in a way and you come back to the present, you can short circuit that mental noise. Another thing you can do, and this is especially true if you tend to overthink big decisions, is just limit the decision time that you have on any specific decision. So when we overthink, we tend to obsess over finding the perfect choice. But perfect doesn't actually exist. So let's say there's a decision that you have to make, maybe something in your personal life or maybe something at work. Just set some time limits. Say, okay, I have 10 minutes to make this decision. And give yourself 10 minutes to write down or type out the pros and the cons, what you're thinking. And once the 10 minutes are over, then that's it, decision made. Because making progress beats perfection. And it's best to just take action, even when it's small steps that maybe aren't perfect, they're maybe a little messy, but that's part of the process. That's how you learn and how you grow. So if you just take some time and whatever the decision is, give yourself a fixed amount of time and say, as of that 5 minutes or that 10 minutes, I'm going to move forward, confident in that decision. Because you know what? If you feel that you made a mistake, you can always come back later and adjust things. Another aspect when it comes to overthinking is just learning to trust yourself. Overthinking, as we talked about, is like the mind's way of trying to control life so that things go smoothly. But life isn't really meant to be controlled in that way. It's meant to be experienced. So trust yourself. Trust yourself that even if things go sideways, that you can handle it. You can figure it out. And trust that you're stronger than your fears. Because when you let go of trying to control every single outcome, you gain so much energy back and you're more authentic and you come back into the present moment and into the flow of life. Another thing I've found very powerful when it comes to overthinking is learn to trust and listen to your intuition, then take action. So your intuition is that voice from your gut that tells you, underneath all the noise, what you should and shouldn't do. And it doesn't come from fear, it comes from your higher self. It typically speaks to us in a very calm way. Maybe it's a little bit hidden because it's under all the noise. But when you feel that very quiet inner nudge, right, that gut feeling, that intuition, trust it and act on it. And don't let your mind pull you back into second guessing. Weigh the pros and cons, but ultimately listen to that inner voice that's guiding you. It's there for a reason. And the more that you listen to it and act before the mind takes over and brings you in all different directions, the more natural it starts to become to live from that place of intuition. So when you quit this habit of overthinking and obsessing over every detail, you gain back so much energy, so much clarity and momentum. You stop being stuck in your head all the time, and you can start showing up fully in the present in your life. Also, I think you'll find that decision-making becomes much easier because you're not trying to predict every possible outcome or every future scenario. You're responding to the information that you have in the present moment right now. And that present moment is where your real power is, not the mind's endless, what ifs and what if this happens or that. And you don't need to figure it all out. You just need to come back to the now, to the present moment, trust yourself, make the decision, and take that next step. So overthinking doesn't actually keep you safe. It keeps you stuck. Freedom starts when you stop arguing with your mind and you start living more fully from the present moment and your intuition and your heart. So you're much more capable than maybe you believe. And so start today, come back to the present moment and live your life instead of constantly thinking about it and obsessing over it and trying to plan every little detail. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.